Welcome everyone to the Sports Jai Network. And today in this video, I'm reviewing this past weekend's UFC Fight Night card from Kansas City, main event between Ian Garry and Carlos Prates. Now, if you saw my post that I made on the channel a couple of days ago about why I didn't do a video previewing this card, I got sick. I did the 314 review, and then I got sick like the next day, and I couldn't talk, and it was just kept coughing, and I felt terrible. I sat, my voice was gone, and I just got coffee, and then it spit out mucus, and then that took a few days to get rid of the mucus, and it wouldn't have made sense for me to do a video live. I mean, not live, but do a video period, just because can't speak. I would have not been in the right state or right condition to do it with my sickness and my voice not being there, or dealing with the mucus and cough out mucus every freaking 30 seconds or feeling or trying to get it out, but I can't. But anyway, I was able to. It just wouldn't work out. So I haven't done a video in a while. That's why I'm doing a video here, because obviously this fight night just happened, and I wanted to talk about it. I didn't do the preview video, but my post I made predictions what I thought I was going to win in the main card. And I got all of them but one right, and the one I got wrong, actually two of them wrong. My bad. I got two of them wrong, and we'll talk about that. But thank you guys for support, and I'm feeling better. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share, and let's go from here. Let's start from the first fight of the main card, as Ikram Liskarov defeats Andre Menez via TKO in round one, 4 minutes 54 seconds, I believe, in round one. Let me check and make sure. Yeah, 4 minutes 54 seconds, round one. I predicted Ikram was going to win, and I was right, because Ikram's a good fighter. He knew he's come off that loss to Robert Whittaker, but Robert Whittaker is one of the best middleweights in the world. There's no shame losing Robert Whittaker. Now he got finished badly by Whittaker. He made Whittaker look like a power puncher, which Whittaker is not. I mean, usually he takes in like several punches before he drops you. He got dropped one hook by. Oh, I forget what it was that dropped him by Whittaker. But yeah, Ikram got dropped by that finish. It seems like Ikram, I don't want to say he's chinning. That's probably the wrong expression. Or getting knocked out bad at Whittaker by his hands, maybe. But anyway, I won't say that yet. But he's been finished twice by knockout. But Ikram has shown good striking in his fights and a good takedown defense, because when he fought Hamza, the other fight he's lost to Ikram, he stuffed 7 of Hamza takedowns. We know how good Hamza is and how Hamza does spam his takedowns and take guys down. So we're going to do that. Shows how good he is. And he's a master of sport in Sambo, combat Sambo, Ikram. I think he has a higher rank than Islam Habib or something like that, but I forget. But he likes to strike and stuff. So the thing with and he's a better striker than Andre Menez. And in his showcase here, Menez lands some sand shots, but nothing too effective against Ikram. Ikram was pressuring the entire fight, just kept pressuring him, and Ikram never pressed forward, never pushed back. Ikram was able to pressure him, and he drew some shots and landed some, and looked like Menez was taking it well. But then it was that weird left hook that he lands on Menez that just drops him. Like, it was weird because it didn't look like compared to other punches he threw, Ikram that is, and landed. That left hook didn't look all that powerful. You go back and watch it, you see it doesn't look all powerful at all. But that's excuse me. I don't know why I coughed there. I'm better. Trust me, I am. But anyway, Ikram, that left hook, it didn't look all that powerful. But that's the shot that basically dropped Ikram. Well, I mean, I know it landed like it might have landed on a temple, so maybe that's why it wasn't that. It did what it did to Andre Menez, but. So maybe that's the reason, but still, you compare some of the shots he drew and landed on Andre compared to that one, it didn't look all that devastating. But Ikram's a good striker; he's got knockout power, and he landed and he's able to finish Andre Menez in a good performance for him. Now, Ikram Liskarov should fight a ranked opponent next. He's more deserving than the other Dagestani who fought on this card and won, which we'll get to his fight, because man, what a shit show that fight was. But good job, Ikram, getting a good knockout. Very good on the main card. He beat Andre Menez. And Andre Menez, talent, he's good, but he's not what we thought he was gonna be. Like I remember when I was doing these videos with my co-host at the time, Chef Dan. I was very high on Andre Menez, very high. I thought he was gonna be a top 5 potential contender, but man, he has not lived up to that. He is not. Now, he's good. He's not. I'm not saying he's terrible, but at the same time, he's not what we thought he was gonna be. We all thought 2-3 years ago he was gonna be, a different place, a much better place than he is now. Jimenez, striking wasn't there against Ikram and he knew he couldn't take him down. And yeah, Ikram's just the better fighter, much better fighter. He's had better performances in his career than Abus Magomedov, and I'll talk about why I mentioned him later on. It'll make sense. But we'll transition from that fight to the next fight. Randy Rude Boy Brown defeating Nicolas Dalby by second round knockouts. Man, what a knockout by Randy freaking Brown. Wow. This was crazy because it looked like Dalby might have dropped him. He might have been off balance, but he landed a shot that put Brown down in the first round. But the thing is, outside of that, Dalby, I don't remember him landing anything too significant. Like he landed some punches in the first round, but Randy Brown was just outboxing him. He landed some good body kicks. And Randy Brown looked like controlling this fight for basically most of the fight. And then, like, in the second round, he basically, I forget what he called him, but it was a right straight or a knee. Something like that wobbled Dalby in the fence. And Dalby decided to fight, keep fighting. And Dalby landed some punch. He did land some punches in the second round after getting hits on Randy Brown. But Randy Brown, ate him and just kept throwing punches, landed some good counters. And then, of course, he did a string shots, and he lands that right hook that drops Nicolas Dalby. And he got dropped like Justin Gaethje did against Max Holloway in UFC 300. I mean, that whole sequence was it was almost like a mini version of the end of the Holloway Gaethje fight from UFC 300. The way both guys were swinging and the knockout punch and the way Dalby fell, just like Gaethje fell. It is incredible, man. This was a fun fight. What a performance by Randy Rude Boy Brown. Shout out to Rude Boy, Randy Brown. I like Randy Brown. I do. I've grown to be a fan of him. I think part of it's because he lives in New York. He lives in Queens. He fights out of Queens. I know he's from Jamaica, but, if you know anything about New York, you know a lot of Jamaicans live in New York, including Queens. I mean, South Jamaica, Queens. New Yorkers know what I'm talking about. A lot of you people watching this channel know what I'm talking about. I know Dan knows, my dad, obviously. All the New Yorkers know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, Randy Brown, what a good performance. What an amazing performance. Knocked him out badly. Got performance bonus, and I'm glad because there's things about Nicolas Dalby that I'm like, ooh, I'm glad it's like Kwame's glad he got knocked out, but yeah, I'm a fan of Randy Brown. I like him, and he should be ranked. Randy Brown, his last 10 fights is 9-1. I say 9-1 because he got robbed against Brian Battle his last fight in December. Brian Battle just held him against the fence. That's all he did. He didn't do much. He got robbed. He's technically 8-2 in his last 8-2 last 10. But reality, if you know, he's 9-1. The only loss is to Jack Dal Molina, who's fighting for the welterweight title in like 2 weeks, or less than 2 weeks. So I showed you how good Jack Dal Molina is. I think he was able to finish Randy Brown. And Randy Brown being 9-1 in his last 10 should be ranked. He should get a ranked opponent next. I don't care who is in the welterweight division. Give him someone ranked. He deserves it. He's earned it. Randy Brown is too good and too underrated. I'm glad people give his respect, and he deserves to get a ranked opponent next. He's earned it. Can't tell me otherwise. And Randy Brown should be the campaign for ranked guys. He should be. He should be ranked, and he should be fighting ranked guys. You can't tell me otherwise. Like, put me into anybody in top 15. Prates come off the loss. Jeff Neal. Well, wait, Jeff. I'm trying to remember if Jeff Neal has a fight. No, I don't think he does. Jeff Neal, somebody in the rankings. Get Randy Brown a ranked fighter, ranked opponent, because he's earned it. He's phenomenal. I like Randy Brown. I'm rooting for him. Let's go, Randy Brown. Man, I'd be cool if we got the top picture, but it's gonna be tough because he's in mid-30s. But we'll see if Randy Brown. But man, he's good, very good. And I'm happy to see that performance. That was impressive. That was amazing. That knockout. Whew. If you go, man, if you those of you who saw, you know what I'm talking about. But you haven't seen it, go watch that Randy Brown Nicolas Dalby fight. Because it's an entertaining fight, entertaining knockout. Man, that was awesome. Shout out to you, Randy Brown. appreciate, man. I appreciate seeing you do that. That was awesome. I'm just saying, in case he watches this somehow, shout, man, shout out to you. But anyway, we'll transition from that fight to the next fight. Magomedov defeating Michel Pereira via unanimous decision. This fight fucking sucked. You want to talk about a guy who lost aura and lost like aura and like a lot of fanfare in like less than a year? That's Michel Pereira. What the fuck was that? What? This guy had no cardio. This guy after it's like he gassed out immediately. Like what the fuck are you doing? Like, is this guy like does he have to do cardio? Like does he just work out and like lift weights and just do capoeira? Doesn't capoeira build cardio though? Or am I mistaken about capoeira? Like this dude, first of all, his last fight before this one, he gassed out against Anthony Hernandez in the main event of that fight night. A fight we're all looking forward to because we thought, man, it could be 50-50, and he just gassed out their exchange, and Hernandez just beat his ass until the fifth round when, and he was just tired the whole time, Michel Pereira. He looked terrible. It looked pathetic. He had the lack of gas tank, and then here, he just immediately just loses his gas tank, doesn't even try, like barely tries, and just looks awful. Like he gets tired immediately. And Abus, to give credit, in the first round was actually landing shots, going for it, actually doing things, and I think he got a takedown or at least attempted it. Like he was trying. But then Abus, and like as the second round kept going to the third round, he gassed out. We all know Abus has had some gas tank problems in his career. Like famously, he gassed out in the first round against Strickland, and Strickland just beat him up and finished him. And Abus, at least he came to fight and actually was trying, and actually was doing. But that third round, man, oof, that was rough to watch. That third round, it just looked terrible, sloppy, like low level fighting between these two. I mean, the whole point of the crowd was with Kansas City was waving their phones with the light on, flashlight on like this, and doing the Kansas City, they were doing that. Even though I associate that with Florida State and Atlanta Braves, but they do it too. But we all know it's their stuff. But anyway, they're in Kansas City. They were doing that. I mean, they were showing how they did not give a fuck about this fight, nor should they, because this was bad, especially on Michel Pereira's part. I mean, wow. Well, this guy was ranked and was on like a 4-5 fight win streak in middleweight, and we all were excited for him because he had these great performances, his finishes, and his gas tank just disappeared. Like Michel Pereira is almost like a can crusher. You can crush a can, but man, if you're decently good and you can survive and push him through, he just gasses out, which is like, what the heck happened? Like this is bad, man. What a terrible performance by Michel Pereira. It was a fight which is awful, awful, awful. Abus wanted to rank the opponent next. Michel Pereira was ranked, but man, Abus does not deserve a ranked opponent after that performance. No, first round he looked good, but then the other two rounds not so much. Like he did more to win. He clearly won the fight, but Ikram Liskarov actually had a good performance. Now Andre Menez was not ranked, but still, I look at Ikram Liskarov's performances versus, his skill over Abus, and I'll be honest with you, Ikram has a much better chance of making noise in the middleweight division than Abus. Abus still has that gas tank problem. I feel like you get him after a round and a half, he's fucked. I feel like the upper middleweight, the top echelon middleweights are going to take advantage of that and beat him up and really finish him badly. Whereas Ikram actually has a shot against a lot of these top middleweights just because of his striking and the fact that his combat sambo background, that is, and he's able to freaking stuff takedowns and take guys down when he actually uses his grappling, but he likes to stand. Ikram. That's why I believe Ikram deserves the top 15 fighter next over Abus. Abus needs to win one more fight against an unranked guy and prove him actually have a good performance and actually at least showcase he's got better cardio before we get in the ranked guy. And I know Abus is 4-2 now. But still, I think, let's be honest, Ikram is more deserving than him. If we really think about it. Abu's only lost to Strickland and Calabarajo, who are top 5 middleweights, but still, you can't tell me after that performance that Abu's 100% deserving of a freaking ranked guy. And nah, but Abu's did enough to win. He tried. Michel Pereira, fix your cardio, man. This is just back to back horrible performances. You lost aura, all hype and all aura from a year ago to now. It's just gone. Michel Pereira, this is bad. This is bad. It's just wow. It's just horrible. I'll move on from the next fight. Which was between David Onama and Giga Chikadze. Is David Onama wins 29-28. And the third round, Giga landed more shots landed more than Onama did, but I'm okay with Onama getting this fight because Giga Chikadze, terrible, terrible like game plan when he got taken down. This guy the whole time kept crossing his legs on the back of Onama as a way to neutralize someone. Guys do that when they're on their back after getting taken down as a way to neutralize like their opponent from ground and pound them. Going up and trying to ground and pound them. Kind of makes it hard to do that when you got your legs crossed up on their back. But the whole time he kept doing that. He never put his foot on Onama's hips to push him off. And there were plenty of opportunities where Onama was high where he could have done that and escaped, but he never did. He never did at all. And that's what cost him the fight. And it was frustrating to watch because it's like, okay, you train with Merab. I know you and Merab are close. He's a grappler. You're training with Benil Dariush now at his gym. These are great grapplers and guys who can take guys down. And Dariush is a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Dariush is for the most part can get up from getting taken down, unless you're like a super high level, and you don't do that. You just lay flat on your back and just don't try to hold on to the guy and don't actually like try to escape or like when there's opportunities when you're on your side to like turn your side and turn around and get on your knee. Get up on your knees and get up. You don't do that. Like that. I don't know why I did it like this, but I'm trying to demonstrate. I guess I was trying to demonstrate like him getting up. Sometimes I talk with my hands and I just do stuff like that, so that's why I did that there. But anyway, roll the punches. I wasn't trying to do anything crazy. You know what I mean? I don't want you guys thinking that. Not that. But yeah, back to the MMA fight. Anyway, I don't know why Giga didn't do that. Like Giga was a better striker overall. Like Giga Chikadze, when striking exchanges was doing very well. Was really doing a good job. Although Onama had moments where he actually landed on Giga and landed some good punches, but Giga, the body kicks and striking is just he's a very good striker, one of the better strikers in that division. And I thought Giga was going to win just because of the fact that he's fought better competition. He's come off that close fight with Arnold Allen back in July. But, man, his grappling defense was terrible in this fight, Giga Chikadze, and that's what cost him. That's why I was like, yeah, Giga, you deserve to lose because your grappling defense was terrible. And there was a moment where Onama had his back in the third round, I believe it was, and, like, Giga was basically, like, and literally Onama was gonna like fall like almost like he was like out of position to the point where if Giga could just like pop his head up, he could have forced Onama to like fall off his back and land on his own back. Giga could escape that way, but he didn't even try that. He just like stood like he just stood like on his hands on the ground and his feet up and his and stay on his feet like bent over, and then it basically he didn't like try to like pop up where he could have forced Onama on off his back, but he didn't do that, which allowed Onama to make adjustments and take him down. This was just a bad performance from grappling by Giga. Striking was good. Giga's a great striker, and Onama has moments, but he did not. He fought terribly, and it cost him the fight, rightfully so. Even though I know some people say, "Oh, Giga, landed more strikes and did more damage," but when you watch it, can you really reward Giga for that fight? You can't. I like Giga, I mean, you can't. For the most part, I like Giga's skill set. Which Giga will go up in weight because you're 6 foot, 1fight, 145. Like, come on, bro, go up in weight. Stop doing that. And you missed weight too, by the way, Giga Chikadze. So maybe this is a sign to go up in 155 and fight there. Because Giga is older. He's like 37, 38. So good victory for Onama. Onama did, smartly took him down and was able to land some decent strikes in his own. But yeah, good performance for Onama. He's going to be ranked, and we'll see what's next for David Onama. I changed it from that fight to the next fight in the light heavyweight division. Zhang Mingyang finishes Anthony Smith in the first round, 4 minutes 3 seconds. Anthony Smith retires off a loss, curled up. The typical Anthony Smith performance. Like he doesn't check leg kicks. He freaking adversity just curls up, or he'll shoot for a bad takedown, and then when things go well, he curls up. Like I'm sorry, my brother made a joke about Anthony Smith because his name's Lionheart, but he curls up like a ball. So my brother was calling it. My brother called it Lion Ball Z. Lion Ball Z. Oh my god! Some of the jokes people were making. Now MMA Guru stream, people are saying super chats just roasting Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith does this himself, man. He does it himself because of his personality and all this and that, and the way he talks. It's like you bring all this freaking trolling on yourself, and that's why people troll him. And it's just like, first of all, good performance by Zhang Mingyang. It was a grip of his elbows, man. That man was laying a bunch of elbows in the stand up, and then of course when he took him down, not when he took him down, but when Smith was on the ground, he landed some good elbows. Like a few of them were back of the head. To be fair, a few were, but still, he landed some good elbows. Prior to that, he left a nasty cut, Anthony Smith, from an elbow in the clinch. I mean, Zhang Mingyang, he's got another first round knockout. How many first round knockouts he has consecutively? Zhang Mingyang, he's got a bunch of first round knockouts. Let me find out. Give me one moment. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 straight. Wait, no, not 11. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 straight first round TKO KOs. That's impressive for Zhang Mingyang. And he didn't get off to the best start of his career either. He really didn't. But he's a late bloomer. He's on I believe a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fight win streak. He's in a 12 fight win streak now. The previous record to 19-6. I mean, the guy is talented. This guy, I mean, it's not often you see a Chinese fighter in the upper weight classes actually do well. You really don't. Usually it's the lighter weight classes, whether it be Chinese or a lot of these Asian countries. So it's really impressive to see one, it's kind of unique and impressive to see one actually making the upper weight classes and actually do well. So you got to give him credit there. So yeah, I mean, Zhang Mingyang could be ranked. Probably gonna fight some ranked guys next. Maybe him and Nicolas Krylov could fight each other. That could be a good fight. Let me check the rankings real quick. UFC light heavyweight division. Because I'm trying to think who Zhang Mingyang can fight. And let me see, Zhang Mingyang. Okay, he's ranked number 14. You can do him and Johnny Walker. I mean, that's a good. I mean, I think Walker might have a fight actually in June. I'm trying to forget who. I mean, I know Azam Merzikov, Azman Merzikov doesn't have a. Butcher that name. Azman Merzikov doesn't have a fight, I believe. Maybe those two can fight, or Krylov or Uzdemir. I think those are good fights for Zhang Mingyang to go against in the top 15 and top 10 because Uzdemir is ranked number 9 and Nicolas Krylov ranked number 10. So I can see him going against those guys next just to see, how he does against, top other ranked guys. And Anthony Smith, well, man, congratulations to your career. You got a job being an analyst and things like that. But yeah, I mean, good. I mean, hey, congrats to him. He was able to retire and still has be able to do things outside of his career. So that's good for him. I'm not the biggest Anthony Smith fan, but I also can say, hey, he fought in his adoptive hometown, Kansas City, because I think he trains out of Kansas City from his friends and family. So And unfortunately, it goes away, but at least he got to do that. I know there was an incident with him and some fan. I forgot what happened, but yeah, there was that thing, which I still don't know like what exactly happened, but yeah. Correct, but still, congratulations to Zhang Mingyang. Great performance. Those elbows, man. Whew, those elbows were vicious. And he just beat him up with elbows. And he did a good job with throwing leg kicks, Anthony Smith, because Anthony Smith does not check leg kicks. But yeah, good performance with Zhang Mingyang. I'm excited to see what he does next. And we transfer that to the main event. Ian Machado, hang on my microphone. I thought I was gonna. Sorry, I did a word sudden movement like this. I did it because I thought my microphone was gonna fall onto me. Like I was like, oh shit, but it didn't. It just slipped a little bit, but we're good. Ian Machado Garry versus Carlos Prates. Ian Garry wins via Yan's decision. Carlos Prates, I don't know what happened in the first 3 rounds. Like, why did he, like, Carlos Prates, I thought was going to win because the thing is, he's got, like, weird power to where if he lands on you, it doesn't have to be, like, clean, just lands on you, hurts you. In the first 3 rounds, he just didn't really get going. Like, he just was, like, too conservative, too slow. Ian Garry was just, peppering him with shots, getting out the way, jab, punching him, getting out the way, just punching him, get out the way. There was a exchange around two where he caught him with a good combination that hurt Prates, that looked like Prates was in danger, but Prates survived. And Ian Garry went for several takedowns, got like I think 2 of them. Prates did a good job escape. It was takedown defense. He had good takedown defense against Ian Garry. Now, granted, Ian Garry is not exactly Sean Brady or like Will Muhammad, but still good takedown defense, and the fact that he's able to get out. Despite getting taken down, he's able to get up not too long after getting that taken down was a good thing for Prates. But Prates did not get going to the 4th round. And Ian Garry basically just the first 3 rounds were comfortable for Ian Garry, like way too comfortable, and he just won. He just won those 3 rounds and won the fight there. Now, the 4th round, you can make an argument with Prates because Prates landed more damaging shots, more impactful shots, and Ian Garry was cut, which was surprising. I was watching him like, Ian Garry's cut? How? Like, after all of the shots he landed, Prates cuts him? But yeah, he landed some good shots on Ian Garry the final like minute and a half of that round. It really like hurt Garry and then the 5th round, he damn near finishes Garry. Like it was like so close. If Carlos Prates would have kept throwing punches after Garry was on the ground, then Garry was like going for trying to hold on to his leg, but Prates was doing a good job. But Prates was throwing he do some punches, but he didn't throw enough. If I remember, I think Garry was like going for like a single leg after getting dropped or not. I'm trying to remember that 5th round. Like I know Prates running badly. I know Garry's on the ground. I think what it was is Garry was going for I think Prates. I remember Prates reversed position. He reversed a takedown, got on top of Garry, and threw some big shots that wobbled Garry. That really stunned him. And Prates didn't. And like Garry was turning around, like on his knees, to try to get up, and had like a hold of Prates' leg. But then Prates landed one big shot, but he didn't land enough, which allowed Garry to get up. And it's like, if Prates would just kept throwing more shots, he probably could have finished Ian Garry, got him out there, but he didn't, and that was a mistake on his part. Like, damn it, Prates. I wanted you to do it. I wanted you to get rid of this fucking bastard, Ian Garry. Prates. I think the thing with Prates is that I feel like he was worried about his cardio because he never gone 5 rounds before. He's a smoker. Affects your cardio. He likes to smoke cigarettes. I don't mean weed. I mean, Diaz brothers were famous for smoking weed, but yet they had great cardio. So smoking weed doesn't really affect your cardio like that with fighters, like tobacco does. And that was the problem with Prates is that Prates seemed like he was too hesitant. He didn't want to leave himself open, getting countered by Ian Garry, get tired and finish, and it cost him. Lost the first 3 rounds. Might won the 5th round for sure. He might have won the 4th round, but it was too late. And he just allowed Ian Garry to basically like to do what he wanted and just hit him with some shots, hit him some decent leg kicks, and he did land some decent combinations. And then like a couple uppercuts that were good, but this fight was an okay fight. Like I can understand why some thought it was boring. Like I wouldn't call it wasn't as boring as like an Ngannou or Derrick Lewis fight or like a Michelle was, yeah, Michelle. No, I mean not Michelle Watson. Carl Esparza and Rose Namajunas 2 fight. It's not like it's not to that level boring. Now maybe those are extreme examples because those are legendary bad fights, but still, it wasn't the most entertaining fight. It has moments like the later rounds got entertaining, but it wasn't like, oh my goodness, what a super duper entertaining fight. It wasn't like that, but it wasn't a boring fight either. At times it was boring, but I can't say overall it was a boring fight. If that makes sense. Hopefully, I'm making sense for those of you like listening to me. And what was that bring up? I was remembering Ian Garry looked faster and landed more serious strikes than he did in his last 3 fights. Like you watched the Shaft Cat fight, the MVP fight before that, and then the Jeff Neal fight. Ian Garry, striking wise, didn't look as good compared to this fight, which is crazy when you think about it. Sorry about that. Just had to pause the video real quick for something, but yeah, like Ian Garry looked like he landed way more significant strikes, looked faster than he's been in his previous fights. Like I said, the previous 3 fights, then they fought in 2024, he did not look this fast. Didn't land as much significant strikes. Didn't look as good striking wise as he did in this fight. Now, probably maybe because Carlos Prates did nothing for the first 3 rounds. That might have helped. But part of it is also he looked faster. So I don't know what he did. I don't know if he, like Lucas Tracy was suggesting that he got out of the vegan diet. I don't like. Well, I'm trying to remember if Lucas Tracy said something like that. Like, I don't know, he might make like jokes about it, but I don't know if he's being serious about that. But anyway, but if Ian Gary's a vegan and Lucas Tracy not a big fan of veganism, but which I agree with, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of veganism either. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, it was a good performance by Ian Garry, which Ian Garry has a tendency. He reminds me of Leon Edwards. He's like the Irish or white Leon Edwards, where he has the ability to take away people's like strengths and just neutralize them, and becomes very like boring fights for the most part. Like this fight, like I said, wasn't as boring. It's like it wasn't boring, but it wasn't exciting either. But Ian Garry's been some stinkers, and he wins the fights. He does not deserve a title fight. Ian Garry, you lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov clearly in December, 4 months ago. No, he does not deserve a title fight over this performance. You beat number 13 ranked Prates on short notice. I understand it, but still. If Joaquin Buckley wins on June, fight Joaquin. Stop ducking from Joaquin. Fight him. You fucking. I hate Ian Garry. Ian Garry is one of my least favorite fighters. He's like him and Leon Edwards are up there. Bilal Muhammad, don't like him. Ian Garry, I mentioned it. I don't like him. I don't like his personality. I don't like the way he handled Neil Magny fight. Damn, try to make it seem like he's a child abuser when he's not. And they go through divorce and they try to use Ian Garry's words in court. He never apologized for that. I don't like the fact that this dude freaking made that post about Luke K when he's supposed to fight Luke K. After Luke K got rebaptized, I didn't like that. It's like it was bullshit. There's other things about Ian Garry I don't like. Just there's a lot of things I hate about Ian Garry. I fucking hate Ian Garry with passion. I am not a fan. I was trying to be objective, but I just look, fuck Ian Garry. Fuck him. I hope he gets finished. I want him to get finished. He's bad for the sport. I can't stand him. I can't stand his tattoos. Really place tattoos look terrible. I can't stand his voice. I can't stand him. I might have to do a video of fighters I do not like. I might have to do that because Ian Garry's up there. Like I said, the other guys I mentioned, because I can't stand Ian Garry. Ugh. Prates, man. Come on, Carlos Prates. Why? I still like Carlos Prates, but fuck. Ugh. I wish you would have done more in the 5th round. Could have saved us from this bastard. Oh, it is what it is. Ian Garry, congrats to you, I guess. You fought a good fight. You won, but fuck him. Sorry. Yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching and listening. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Shout out to Randy Rude Boy Brown. Great performance. Iker Liskarov, good performance. Michel Pereira, that was terrible. What the fuck? Giga Chikadze needs to learn how to get off his back and get off from takedowns and not just put your legs, cross your legs together on their back when you're taking down. He used to put his foot in hips because your legs covering your legs, crossing your legs in the back does not help you get up. And I'm glad Big John McCartney pointed that out because I never noticed it until he mentioned it. I hate when fighters do that, and I can see why. I don't blame him. Fighters stop doing that, especially if not taking damage and work to put their foot on their opponent's hips when they get taken down. He could cause himself that fight. Giga look good in stand up. He caused himself that fight with his back grappling defense. And then, of course, Zhang Mingyang, great performance. What a great performance by Zhang Mingyang. Very good. And then, of course, Ian Garry had good performance against Carlos Prates. Prates didn't do anything in the first 3 rounds. Like, come on, man. Really? And then, yeah, it was a good main card in Kansas City. And also, there were 4 finishes in the first four fights in the prelims. So there was also those fights that were cool. I did want to mention that. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching and listening. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give me don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and let me know what was your favorite performance or favorite moment on the card. What your thoughts on the card overall, and I'll see you guys next time. And probably next MMA video is gonna be the preview for Sanhagen and Figueiredo fight card. But yeah, stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day, good night, and peace. God bless. And